Hey friends, so you see the answer to my title is actually very simple. I don't think he should be president. Some of his policy decisions, let's start with the gun control. Because Gary Johnson doesn't believe that there should be any limitations on the purchase of firearms, which he did later revise his policy after criticism and a few mass shootings to limit the sale of firearms to exclude criminals and the mentally ill. After the Pulse shooting, he was quoted saying, "These atrocities have been happening in gun-free zones. If there are law-abiding citizens carrying weapons," I'm not saying that they would lessen the impact, but if he doesn't believe that gun ownership could have lessened the impact of the largest mass shooting in the nation's history, why advocate for gun ownership? When confronted at an earlier time with the statistics that people don't use guns to stop crime, they use them to hurt themselves or innocent people, Johnson alleged that the legality of guns act as a deterrent to crime, even though studies have shown that gun ownership does little to mitigate violent crime. Secondly, he believes that minimum wage is a non-issue because he does not think that anybody works for minimum wage. Trust me, we do. However, for his healthcare stances as a governor, he cut Medicare and Medicaid by 43% in his state. He also vetoed HB 315, which would have established health coverage for mental illnesses equal to coverage for those of physical illnesses. As someone with multiple mental illnesses and whose family is on Medicare due to my mother's disability, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I need treatment and I need it to be affordable. And statistically, the lower the socioeconomic status of an individual, the higher the risk of mental illness. By making coverage for mental illnesses less accessible, you have stigmatized everybody who already has a mental illness, and you have further stigmatized poor people with mental illnesses. To conclude, protest votes are stupid. If you want to protest the two-party system, then fine. I think that's a great thing. Find a third party that you believe in and agree with and help them gain legitimacy by voting for them in congressional elections and state elections, your local elections. You could even join the party and help build it up. But you should only be voting for the person who you believe would be the best representative for you. Don't throw away your vote. Don't throw away your shot. You should only be voting for a person who you believe would be the best representative for you, who you think would enact policies which you believe would help this nation and the people in it. A person who would enact policies that you think would move our country forward. I don't believe Gary Johnson is the best representative for me. I don't believe in his policies. I don't believe his policies would be helpful for a lot of people that I care about. So I'm not voting for Gary Johnson. But if you think he's the best representative for you, then by all means do that. But don't throw away your vote if you think somebody else would be a better representative for you.